Hello, my name is Soren Jaqua. I am a sophomore and I am a member of the National English Honor Society, DECA, FBLA, and the African American Culture Club and the Mock Trial Clubs. I am a kind person who is extremely easygoing and easy to talk to. I am willing to see things from all points of view and communicate with people very directly. I would describe my communication style as direct but still compromising because I am able to see things from every point of view, and I am able to take viewpoints from each person and include them in my messages and make sure that everybody is satisfied with an outcome. I believe I should be elected because I am very easy to get along with. I am easy to talk to, so if anybody has any concerns, they can come up to me about them. And I believe that with communications, that you need someone who's willing to compromise and willing to take everybody's opinions into account and make sure that everybody has been accounted for, so there is no disorder and everybody is organized within this club. One time I dealt with someone who I didn't agree with was during a family dinner where we didn't agree on which dishes to go out on the table and which dishes to make. We were on a time constraint, so we weren't able to make everything, but we still had to get food out on the table. So I decided to make up a compromise where we would make a certain number of dishes and save the ingredients for a later time so we can make a certain number of dishes after. This compromise allowed us to get all of the food out on the table, and it also allowed us to make our families happier because they got to help out with our cooking, and it made everybody satisfied in the long run without making too much extra stress. Another time where I was arguing with someone who was very combative was during class in a debate. During this debate, this person was being extremely aggressive, and I decided to take a step back and decided to explain all of my points again, but in a different and nicer tone. And I decided to compromise with this person during this debate and make sure that they also got their voice heard and that their opinions were accounted for, and took that into my conclusion and made sure that everybody was satisfied. And the person I was arguing with was no longer being combated after I had taken their opinions into account. That's why I believe that communication is extremely important, because when people are able to get their opinions out and they're able to get their ideas out, they become much more happy. And when the entire organization is able to communicate with each other directly in a way that's efficient, we become a much better club and a much better team and much better performers. Especially, I believe that communication will be important for this club because we have so many bright minds who need to get their ideas out. And once they do, we'll be able to move forward much stronger and be able to lead Washington Township FBLA into a much stronger position. And as member relations, I'll be able to take new members and existing members and make sure that they're getting along and that everybody gets their voice heard, because that's what matters most, is that everybody gets a turn to speak, everybody gets a turn to get their voices heard, and make sure that people aren't scared of joining FBLA and that they know that once they join this club, they have a supportive group that is always going to make sure that people are listening to them and that we have their backs and that they know that everything will be all right. When joining a high school club such as this, we want everybody to know that they will be supported throughout this process, because it's a new and scary process, especially for new members. And that's why I want to be there, to make sure that everything that will be communicated and that there will be no confusion and that everything will be going straight forward, and we won't allow for any miscommunications or anything like that, to make sure that everybody is satisfied and nobody is left out of our conversations. Thank you.